Think back to the moments in your life when you were certain everything was ending. Those times when the difficulty seemed insurmountable, when you believed you could not possibly continue, when you were convinced that this particular pain would destroy you. And yet here you are. You survived. You endured. You are standing here now, stronger than you were before those moments, carrying the wisdom that only experience can teach. Every single difficult time you thought would end you has passed. Time moved forward, as it always does, in what now seems like the blink of an eye. And this reveals something crucial. Time will pass regardless. The question is not whether it will pass, but how you choose to spend it while it does. Will you spend it in constant battle with what is? Or will you recognize that this too shall pass, just as everything before it has passed? The most extraordinary thing about human suffering is that the vast majority of it never actually happens. We torture ourselves endlessly with scenarios that exist only in imagination, with futures that never arrive, with catastrophes that never materialize. As the Roman philosopher Seneca observed, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. And if you examine your own experience honestly, you will find this to be absolutely true. Right now, in this present moment, ask yourself, what is actually wrong? Not what might go wrong tomorrow, not what went wrong yesterday, not what could potentially happen next week or next year. Right now, in this breath, in this second, what is the actual problem? More often than not, you will find that the present moment itself is quite bearable. The suffering exists almost entirely in thought, in the mind's ceaseless commentary about what is happening, rather than in what is actually happening. This is the peculiar trap of human consciousness. We have been given the ability to remember the past and imagine the future, and we use these gifts to create elaborate prisons for ourselves. We take one difficult moment and project it forward infinitely, convincing ourselves that this pain will last forever, that this situation defines us, that there is no way out. But this is fiction. This is the mind telling stories, and we believe these stories so completely that we mistake them for reality. Here is something you must understand. Life is fundamentally, irreducibly uncertain. You cannot know what will happen next. You cannot control outcomes. You cannot guarantee that things will work out as you hope. And the suffering you experience comes not from this.
Robin Hood and Little John walking through the forest, laughing back and forth at what the other has to say, reminiscing this and that and having such a good time. Oodle-lolly, golly, what a day. Never ever thinking there was danger in the water they were drinking, they just guzzled it down. Never dreaming that a scheming sheriff and his posse was watching them and gathering around. Robin Hood and Little John running through the forest, jumping fences, dodging trees and trying to get away, contemplating nothing but escaping, finally making it. Oodle-lolly, golly, what a day. Oodle-lolly, golly, what a